Hey, what's up everyone? Crew Danny here, and today we're going to talk about how to keep your hands up when working the jab cross on the heavy bag. Okay, so I have Alex the Prodigy with me today to demonstrate that technique in itself. Whether you train MMA, Muay Thai, kickboxing, even boxing, it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, you really have to make sure that your hands are always in the proper position. And we're going to show you some of the common mistakes that people do when they train the jabs, the crosses, the straight punches on that heavy bag. And we're starting right now. Okay guys, so the first thing we're going to work on is our straight left. In Muay Thai, it's referred to as makdrom. We like to call it the jab. So Alex is going to place his hands up. One of the most important things is always keeping the hands in the proper position. So the heavy bag is right here, and that's going to be your target. So what Alex is going to be doing now is shooting his straight jab. Go ahead, Alex. One more time. And now what's very important to notice is Alex's stance right now. You'll notice here his feet are always in a good placement. That's super critical, guys. Here, you'll notice every time he shoots his jab, his feet are always planted onto the ground. One more time. There you go. Exactly. Every time you shoot your jab, your right hand has to stay in position. So do the jab and then into position. That's super critical. One of the most common mistakes is people start to drop their right hand. Okay, so they fire out and then they drop. One more time. They fire out the left straight and drop. Okay, it's almost like that bow and arrow effect. When you shoot one side, you drop the other. Okay, so it's very important to try to maintain good positioning. So hands up, Alex. Beautiful. And then from here, when he starts working in his jab, you'll see his right hand will always maintain position. Once again, beautiful. Okay, so one more time, slow and jab. And notice the positioning of his right hand. So now, from this angle, we'll see Alex shooting his jab for about 5 reps. Go. Okay, so notice every time he finishes his jab, he returns into a proper position with his hand up. That's super important to remember. So if you look at Alex's jab right now, every time he fires out the jab, his jab will return into position. Okay, so now he makes contact with the heavy bag and returns right back to the starting position. That's very important. So one of the most common mistakes, people start shooting their jab and then they won't recoil into a proper position. They'll actually do a little bit of a U-turn before they bring their hand back. Okay, they always drop their hand after they shoot the left straight. So once again, Alex is going to do it in a straight motion. Go ahead, jab and return. Once more, jab and return. Okay, very good. Placement of the feet, super important. So notice here the feet, they don't move. The lead foot will actually just step slightly if needed, if he's out of range for his jab. But you're not going to twist your foot. One of the most common mistakes is people twisting their foot like a left hook as they jab. Okay, I see that so frequently. People twist their lead foot into the jab as if they were throwing a left hook. Why point on the opposite direction from where you're shooting into your target? Okay, it doesn't make sense. Keep your feet planted onto the floor and shoot. Boom. So from this angle, you'll actually notice one more time, feet stay planted onto the ground. Okay, hands are in proper position and starting position as we fire out the left straight. Right hand is always in contact with our head to protect. Okay, one more time, Alex, do a few. That's your left jab. Okay, not much is moving except the shoulder rotation into your punch. Now we're actually going to work on the right straight, makdrom. Okay, so this is one of the power punches that we have in Muay Thai. Although we always try to hit with as much power as possible in every single punch, kick, elbow, and knee that we throw, especially when we're doing it from our far side, which is our rear hand and our rear knee and our rear kick, that is where the momentum we generate from twisting our shoulder rotation, our hips, as well as pushing off the ground to generate a lot of rotational power, which is super critical. Okay, so hands up, Alex. When he shoots the right straight, that's our cross. Go ahead. You'll see the rotation of his right shoulder with his punch. One more time. Beautiful. There are 3 points that are super important to remember, guys. Okay, the first one, fire out. Shoulder meets the chin. You need something to protect your chin as you're firing out a weapon. All right, return. Now fire again. The other very important thing is actually the rotation of the shoulder, which draws the hip as well as the rotation of the lower body. Not only does the trunk rotate, but the feet and hips as well. All right, one more time, Alex. Let's show that twist. Boom, okay? So you always want to rotate onto your big toe. Again, rotate, okay? So always twisting on the ball of our foot, again, and firing out that right straight. Do a few, Alex. Notice the hip motion, foot motion, shoulder rotation. Okay, so the full right side of our body actually rotates to generate a lot of proportionate power into our punch. Beautiful. Now we're going to wrap up our video with showing the jab cross combination, which is the first and foremost combination that you'll learn whether you're training Muay Thai, kickboxing, mixed martial arts, or boxing itself. Okay, most martial arts or combat sports will teach the jab cross as their first combination. It's very common, it's very typical. Why? Because it's a classic and it works. Okay, so now Alex is going to show how he throws the jab cross combination right now. Go ahead. 1, 2. Notice all the points, all the details that we just discussed are going to be in effect right now. Go ahead and just keep going. Do a few. Beautiful. Now notice the hands always returning into proper position. The recoil action is just as important as the punch in itself. Okay, rotation of your shoulders. We'll notice the rotation of the hips. One more time. And last but not least, pushing off the floor to generate power. So from this angle, that's your jab cross. Okay. Okay, so now Alex is actually going to show one of the most common mistakes on the jab cross combination is dropping your left hand during the transition of your power punch. Go ahead. One more. See, Alex is so used to doing it properly, now he has a hard time doing it incorrectly. So go slow, Alex, and show them how we drop our left hand as we throw across. Okay, it looks like that. Do it again. 1, 2. Comme gars. Ramène-la ton chest. Ramène pas ta face. Okay, so Alex is going to show the incorrect way. Go ahead. There you go. One more. And do that a few times just to show the improper method of throwing the jab cross. Okay, now let's show the correct fashion. Beautiful. Again. So the fastest way to throw a straight punch is following a straight line. Okay, from point A to point B, the shortest distance. All right, guys, so that was our quick tutorial on properly placing your hands when you work that jab cross combination onto the heavy bag. These are super simple techniques, but they're seldom taught just because people want to go into more fancier stuff. They want to throw some long combinations and whatnot. But let me tell you something. The basics, the fundamentals are some of the most crucial aspects in the game. So if you don't get rid of the bad habits right now, once you start getting more and more seasoned into the sport of striking, you start to always make these incorrect movements and they become very, very ingrained into your style. And then you meet up with a very knowledgeable instructor and bad habits are very hard to break. So now it's super important that you guys practice correctly. And if you're not, make sure you slow things down. Do it super slow motion. Go slower. Work your jab, bring your hands up, feel the technique, work your cross, bring the hands up, feel the technique, jab cross combination, keep your hands up, and work to ingrain the momentum of properly doing your techniques correctly at all times. Even when it's the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, or 12th round, you're getting more and more tired, but you're always having that action and reaction, always having that technique ingrained, properly having your hands in place, and you'll become a great striker and a super technician. Guys, thank you so much for watching the video. We hope you liked it. Give us a thumbs up. If you enjoyed watching the video, make sure to subscribe to this channel because we're going to be making a lot more content just like this. And until next time,
We'll see you in the next video.
Take care. Punch the camera.